Update. I, 24F, got stood up by my boyfriend, 23M, on Valentine's Day. Should I break up with him? Original post. Too long did not read. Of the original post, my boyfriend, at the time, lol, stood me up on our Valentine's Day date without an explanation. I called and texted multiple times. He answered one of the calls saying, "I can't right now," and that was the last I heard from him. Our relationship was relatively normal before this. I suspect I got cheated on. Too long did not read. Of the update at the bottom. About an hour after I made my original post, I texted him saying, "Text or call me tomorrow because I want to understand what happened. If anything, I'd rather talk with you in person." Admittedly, this was too generous. The next day, yesterday, I enjoyed my fajitas and drank a Smirnoff Ice Smash. I got mildly drunk. I drafted the breakup text and texted it to him at 10 p.m., 28 hours after our original date. The breakup text was a bit emotional. After I texted it to him, I got in the shower, sobbed, and went to bed. That cry was pretty therapeutic because that was the best I slept in a long time. This post would have ended right there if I blocked him on all platforms. For context, SMS was my main form of communication with him. I have an Android, so no SMS read receipts. I have him on Snapchat, he hasn't deleted me yet. I Facebook friend requested him the day our relationship started and my friend request is still pending. We met on Hinge, but he either deleted Hinge or unmatched me. I re-downloaded Hinge yesterday and he isn't there. About 2 hours ago, I checked to see if he deleted my Facebook friend request or not. I was creeping on his Facebook and clicked on a random girl's profile. I will call her MC. I lucked out when I clicked on MC's profile and got the closure I needed. MC had a pinned Facebook story on her profile captioned, "Smiling face with hearts," and it was 2 selfies of her cuddling him. You can't see his face very well, but it's definitely him. MC stands for main chick, and I was definitely the side chick. Facebook Stories doesn't tell you how long ago the pinned story was posted, but it looked like his hair was a bit long in one of the pictures. He told me this was his first time growing his hair, so I can only assume those selfies were taken within the past few months. I definitely got cheated on. I also found MC's TikTok with my creeping abilities. She posted a TikTok as recently as this month and he commented on it, not a flirty comment. So they've recently been affiliated with each other in some way. The main question I have on the table is, should I tell MC that he cheated on her? At one point, ex-boyfriend asked me if we could have an open relationship. I told him I would be comfortable down the line but not right there and then since our relationship is new. He was fine with that. We also both agreed to communicate any time we saw someone new. I wonder if he has an open relationship with MC and she just wouldn't care? I found MC's Instagram and it's public. He isn't in any of her pictures, hasn't liked any of her pictures, and isn't following her. She has no videos with him on TikTok. I see no evidence of their relationship on Facebook other than those 2 pictures. MC deserves to know if their relationship was monogamous. Options. I message MC on her Facebook, Instagram from my personal Facebook, Instagram. I message MC on her Facebook from my burner Facebook account. My friend, 25M, offered to message MC on Facebook on my behalf. My friend, 32F, also offered to message MC on Facebook using their burner Facebook. Don't message MC at all because it's just unnecessary drama. Let it go. My friends told me to not do anything on a whim and really sit on this. I agree. My fears if I do reach out to MC. Retaliation from him. He has rated R pics and I worry that could somehow be used against me if I cause conflict. I do live in a state where revenge (PN) is a felony and I documented what I sent to him. In the breakup text, I also asked him to delete all pictures and does not have my consent to have those images. I believe I've covered all of my bases there. I may ask in a separate, legal advice post. I also live very close to him, just a few blocks away. What if he shows up to my door angry? Retaliation from her. What if she doesn't believe me? What should I use as proof that him and I were in a relationship? I'm thinking screenshots of texts where he calls me his girlfriend, baby, babe and pictures of me and him. How would I go about this if my friends message her instead of me? How can I prove him and I were in a relationship if I hide my identity? I really do wish this update post could have ended at the second paragraph, but these past 2 hours have been a roller coaster with the new information I found out. I really do appreciate everyone who took the time to comment on my last post and DM'd me. I was feeling hopelessly sad, but reading all of your comments helped me tremendously with coping. I am extremely upset my first relationship ended up this way, but all I can do is move on. I already got STD tested about 2 weeks ago and I plan to get the rest of the panel scheduled since now I know he cheated. I met him on Hinge and I re-downloaded Hinge, but I'm going to wait a bit before I jump back into the dating scene. I do go to therapy bi-weekly, but my next appointment isn't until next week. I plan to discuss this and my feelings of loneliness. Thanks again everyone. Too long did not read. Of this post my suspicions were confirmed and I was definitely cheated on. I know the identity of the main chick. Should I tell the main chick he's been cheating on her? I'm a bit afraid of retaliation, but I feel she deserves to know. I'm sorry that happened to you. What a disgusting human he is. I think someone should tell her. I imagine it's all still pretty raw for you, and you're right, it might have backlash. You shouldn't have to deal with that right now. I think you should have a friend do it. She's less likely to get angry at a friend. I don't think it should be anonymous either. If she wants proof, that would just point it all back at you. Has he responded to your text? Apologized or anything? Definitely let her know. I have been cheated on and would have loved if someone reached out and let me know. If you were in a relationship with someone who cheated on you, would you want to know? If yes, then you know what you should do. Send screenshots of proof. Any selfies you have together, screenshots, video capture of him flirting with you recently, agreeing to hang out on Valentine's Day, his phone number and contact, and anything else relevant. Apologize and say you're sorry that you didn't know he was in a relationship, otherwise you never would have dated him. Best of luck. Heart. Edit to add. Consider blocking afterwards so you aren't sucked into the drama even more than your ex-boyfriend dragged you into. Yikes, and I'm so sorry this happened to you. That being said, so many people were eager to withhold revenge on the original post, and I say do something creative. It need not be traced back to you. You don't have to tell the girl anything if it'll cause too much drama for you also. You should definitely tell MC. If you were in her shoes with a man pretending to be someone he's not, you would want to know how you're being played with. When you tell the main chick, make sure you delete his name out of your phone so it is unmistakably his number. MC doesn't have any pictures of him on her Instagram, I would bet, because she's not confident in their relationship. I wonder why? I wouldn't want to show off that man either. You are wasting way too much emotion and energy on this loser. Concentrate on doing happy, healing things for you. Move forward. Don't contact his girlfriend. Don't focus any more energy on him or them. Be the star of your life. I'm sorry it ended up like this. I'm also on team not messaging her, or at least waiting a while. But I'm also a fan of choosing peace. I think it would be different if you knew for a fact they were committed, but there seems to be no indication of that. Without that confirmation, you're just inviting more pain and drama into your life. I recommend blocking both of them on socials, removing temptation, and moving onward. Hey, I vote tell the other girl. If it was me, I'd want you to. And then move on. So sorry that happened. He's an awful human being to do this to two women, and even more so to ghost you on Valentine's Day. My 26F husband, 31M, has started to joke about cheating on me. Husband and I have been together for 2 years, married for 10 months. He jokes about getting a second wife, or, if he gets a notification on his phone, he'll say it's from his side chick. I think this is disrespectful, and I usually glare at him when he says things like this. He laughs and assures me that it's just a joke. We've agreed on monogamy from the beginning, and he is very adamant that cheating is a definite deal-breaker, which leaves me confused as to why he'd even joke about such things in the first place. He's also been very possessive, not sure that's the correct word, lately. For example, if we're out together and another male talks to me, even if it's a store clerk offering help, he'll immediately grab me around the waist and pull me close. He never used to do this, so I'm a bit confused. He hasn't verbally expressed being unhappy in our relationship, and I have asked. I'm really confused and not sure what to do at this point. Maybe I'm doing something wrong? Maybe insecurity? Maybe actual cheating? There's an obvious underlying issue. How should I go about talking to him to figure out what's going on? Too long did not read. Husband jokes about cheating and is becoming possessive. How should I talk to him about these issues? It hurts my feelings when you joke about cheating. Please stop. It's just a joke. Well, I'm not laughing, and frankly your jokes hurt. What's more important, telling these jokes you know I hate, or how I feel about being with you? Sometimes you just got to lay it out like that. He's testing you. He can't ask directly if you'd like an open relationship, so he frames it as a joke, so that he has a defense if you get angry, e.g. "It's just a joke. I was just kidding. Don't really mean it." I think he's also projecting his own infidelity or thoughts about it. He knows he's either seeing someone else or wants to, which makes him feel more threatened when another male is around. Because if he can do it, wants to do it, then so can you. I'd talk to him directly and ask whether he's cheating or considering an open relationship. Then keep your eye out for classic signs of cheating or do whatever else you have to. Something's going on. It's like he's preparing you. You'll get used to hearing this then. If you hear notifs on his phone, you'll think nothing of it. He's probably love bombing you, so you'll feel he loves you so much so couldn't cheat. I'll get into it more. Something is wrong here and he's trying to put the blanket over your eyes. Is there a new woman working at his place of work or somewhere he goes to gym, hobbies? You will start to question his loyalty and he will accuse you of being paranoid. Sounds like he is trying to start a fight with you for some reason. Only thing I know for sure is you get this addressed as soon as possible. This is not something you can allow to stand. He needs to understand this is not okay, apologize, and make a sincere effort to correct himself. There are probably a lot of assumptions commenters are going to make, but I'd argue they mostly don't matter. What matters is that this behavior is unacceptable and you need to make that clear. If he's not going to accept that, then you should seriously consider leaving. Oof. Definitely sounds like behaviors of potential promiscuity, but proceed with caution. If you confront, it's not gonna be productive. The next time it happens, simply make a firm, but non-combative statement like, "Hey, I don't like when you do that. It makes me feel, ____________." If things don't improve after the soft call-outs, then you might unfortunately have a deeper problem. Source: I am a dirtbag who used to make jokes like that to my fiancé. After soft call-out with, "I feel," statements, I wised up real quick. Works. When my ex started joking about cheating, it's because he had started cheating. Girlfriend told me to leave her apartment in the middle of the night after we had an argument. Now what? Okay, so me, 22, and my girlfriend, 23, got into an argument the night before yesterday. It had to do with we both not agreeing on our future plans. The argument escalated and she told me to leave her apartment. We don't live together. I live approximately 2.5 hours away, but we try to get together as much as we can, and both my classes and work being online, I can visit more easily. She told me to leave at about 1 a.m. and at first I told her no, but then she said it was her place and I should not force her to call the police. After this I left. My friend lives nearby, so I went to their place. I am thinking about breaking up with her than leaving to go home, but my friend told me that I should just home and ghost her. Girlfriend and I have been dating for a year plus. She left a text apologizing for the way she acted, and her apology also blamed me for how she acted, so I DK how sincere it is. Part of me want to talk it out with her, but the other part just wants to go home and be done with this. So what do you guys say? She said it was her place and I should not force her to call the police. The second she starts threatening to call the cops on you for doing nothing threatening, harmful, the relationship is dead. Move on. If you kicked her out at that time of the night in a town she's not too familiar with, you'd be crucified by her friends, family and social media. And they'd be right. Because it's not safe for anybody. Dump her. It's super disrespectful to kick you out at 1 a.m. knowing you live almost 3 hours away. Imagine how you'd be treated if you did that to her. On top of that, she gives a half-ass apology. If this is the first time she's done this, you might be able to forgive her, but if this happens often, you should leave. Break up. Save yourself. I think you should break up with her. If you have long-term plans with someone you're dating, you know an argument is just an argument under most conditions. Knowing that you came a really long way, would have a long way to go back in the middle of the night, that's just not safe and not how you treat someone you want to keep seeing over an argument. Now I don't have much context about what the argument was about, so that could definitely play a factor, but I'm assuming it wasn't too serious to warrant her treatment of you. You guys are obviously not seeing eye to eye about your future, and kicking you out knowing your situation kind of shows she's not interested in a future with you. I'd say get out of the relationship, move on and go find the future you want. Go home and ghost her. Be done. She threatened police, and for what? Not agreeing on future plans. Wow. She's not the one, my dude. It will only get worse with time. An apology that blames you is no apology at all. What if you didn't have a friend nearby or they were out? Did she expect you to drive 2.5 hours tired? Abused by fiancé. My fiancé just clawed me in the face and proceeded to punch me. At what point do I involve the police? I am so frustrated at this point. Yeah, don't marry her. Update. Police report filed. Pictures of abuse were taken by police. I was just asked by the police to stay at a friend's house. She of course denied any claims of what happened and only admitted to being in a verbal fight with me. I am pressing charges. I think you should call a domestic abusive line and talk to a professional that can lay out your options. Because your fiancé can very easily play the self-defense card and make you look like the aggressor. And because men are less likely to report, and are less likely to be physically abused by women, the cops may not believe you. So I would make a plan and get out document ficking everything and get safe before involving the cops so this doesn't backfire. Do it right now while the scratch marks are fresh. That's evidence right there. This is a good time to involve the police and call off the wedding. It only gets worse from here if you stay. The moment hands are laid on another person in anger is when the authorities should be called. Get evidence of the abuse immediately and start planning to move on away from your abuser. Take pictures of your injuries, now you have solid proof. If she's verbally abused you through text or anything, make sure you screenshot that as well. Glad to see you have an exit plan in place. She's gonna try and play victim and try to use her gender to help. Sorry this has happened to you. Hopefully things work out for you. Good luck. Leave her ass and press charges.